Hey there, Bruiser here, and welcome to another page from the playbook. Today we are going to make the fuzz we love stand out in a crowd and be musically useful. Fuzz, the name itself and the function of the device are both ridiculous and absurd. The goal is to mimic the sound of a malfunctioning tube amp. And since a lot of us like this effect, a little box will be more cost effective than, let's say, wrecking your amps. So today we're going to look at how to add more definition to the fuzzes we love. And the research for this was exhaustive. And pretty much, this is my list of stuff I used. And what I'll do is I'll show you my 3 favorite combinations of pedals. Okay, the first method involves the use of a simple linear clean boost. I'm not actually sure how linear this one is, but it's a clean boost. Doesn't really color your tone that much. And what you want to do is set it at unity gain, and then stick it in front of, in other words, before your favorite fuzz box, which this is the double muff. I've used this live a lot. And it's set to double muff, and it's set with everything all the way up. So what the boost does is act sort of like a high pass filter, and the more as you turn the dial up, you get really, what you get is the jolly cow of fuzz, depending on how many decibels you throw into it. So that was the first example, and now we'll move on to the next method. Our next method is equally as simple as the first one, but changes your tone drastically, and that's the use of a treble booster. And these things add a sort of high mids as opposed to just treble, and in some cases a little goes a long way. So I'm going to put that in front of a triangle big muff. This is probably one of the oldest ways to get a stage worthy big muff sound. So let's put this little rig together and see what we get. Okay, really quick. Here's the guitar by itself. This is the guitar with the muff only. Now with the bird on, set it about 10 o'clock. Okay, now I have probably the most versatile and complex solution for this, and most versatile, and that is, and this is why I think personally everyone should have at least one overdrive. So what you do is you take an overdrive pedal like this one, and there's a million of them. It doesn't matter which one it is, but take the gain and turn it all the way down, and then take the tone control and put it in the middle at noon, and do the same thing with the volume. Then you stick that in front of your favorite fuzz pedal as before, and this time I'm going to use the hot tubes. Actually, the hot tubes in itself can be used that way, but today we're using it as a fuzz, which is my favorite way of using it. So, okay, so with a lot of these drives, what you get is the firmness that you get with a boost, and the same goosiness if you turn it up enough. And then most of these things push out a certain amount of mids when you turn the gain up, and then the tone control itself with the highs, judiciously or whatever, or otherwise. So anyway, I am going to set this up exactly the way I told you, and then play a little bit, and then we'll see what we see. Okay, so the guitar still sounds the way it did. Now when I turn this pedal on, it should sound the same, the East River Drive. That's how you know you've got unity gain, and the same thing applies to the first boost too. So, okay, now I'm going to turn that back off, and I'm going to turn the hot tubes on, which is set for a pretty, let's set that up for a pretty intense fuzz and see what we get here. Okay, so now I'm going to turn the East River Drive on. I haven't touched it. It's still the same settings. Okay, some final thoughts before we get out of here and do some playing. It all works, basically. It just depends on your taste and what you want. And there are other things to consider. One is your technique, and that is, well, the short version is bum notes, and if I made any, you'll know. But bum notes don't sound good at all with a fuzz pedal, boost or no boost. And then second, maybe more, well, not maybe, just as important is the less you have to compete frequency-wise with other band members, bass, drums, even other guitars, the more everything will stand out. So, well, that's it for this tone theory segment, and well, that song I was playing is one of my favorites, and I'm gonna juice up the Tube Screamer a little. I'll turn the gain up to about 9 o'clock, and then the tone control maybe about maybe about 2 o'clock, I guess. Give us a little more grit, and then I'm gonna throw in some chorus and some delay, and we're just gonna have some fun. So until next time, I'll be seeing you around. When you have the volume down,